45 seconds to start the dev server, 2 seconds every time you save a file. Every single day, 20 minutes vanished into tooling overhead, and the question nobody's asking is why we accepted this as normal. A 1200 module React app on Webpack, 28-second cold start, 1600 millisecond HMR. This isn't an edge case, it's Tuesday. And the productivity tax compounds every single save. Here's what you see. Webpack dev server starts, spins for 28 seconds, then tells you it compiled successfully. The bundle existed in memory the whole time. You just couldn't touch it yet. Then Vite shipped, same app, 287 milliseconds cold, 10 milliseconds HMR. The question isn't whether it's faster, it's what architectural choice underneath made the difference. Webpack bundles everything before serving. Vite serves native ES modules and bundles nothing in dev. That single choice cascades into every millisecond you measure. Webpack's cold start. Parse entry. Crawl every dependency recursively. Transform every module through Babel. Concatenate into an in-memory bundle. Inject the HMR client, then serve. You wait for all of it. Vite's cold start. Pre-bundle dependencies, once with esbuild, start the dev server instantly. Serve HTML, let the browser request modules, transform on demand as each request lands. Only what you view gets processed. If your root uses 30% of the codebase, Vite transforms 30%. Same app, Vite output, ready in 287 milliseconds. Pre-bundling React and React DOM only runs when your dependencies change. The server is live before you finish reading the log. Pre-bundling is the secret. Vite scans your source for bare imports, finds them in node modules, converts common JS to ESM, bundles each dependency into one file. Esbuild does this in Go, 10 to 100 times faster than JavaScript bundlers. The output lands here, node.modules/dot, Vite/deps, react.js, reactdom.js, metadata.json. Every bare import now resolves to one file instead of 600 internal modules. Why pre-bundle? Because import debounced from Lodash easy fires 600 plus HTTP requests at the same time. The server handles it fine, the browser chokes. Pre-bundling collapses 600 requests into one. In the browser, native ES modules load over HTTP. The HTML load script type equals module. The browser parses imports, fires one request per module. Vite intercepts, transforms TypeScript and JSX on demand, rewrites bare imports to pre-bundled paths. Vite rewrites your imports automatically. You write import React from React, a bare import. Vite sends import React from /node modules/dot. Vite/deps/react.js, a URL the browser can fetch. Hot module replacement. In Webpack, File Watcher detects change. Webpack recompiles the module and its dependency chain, reconstructs the entire bundle, sends update manifest over WebSocket. Browser calls module.hot.accept handlers. The bundle rebuild is the bottleneck. The Webpack client has to implement the HMR interface. If module.hot exists, you call accept with a callback. When the module updates, your callback runs with the new module. This is manual wiring. Vite. HMR. File Watcher detects change. Vite determines affected modules, sends update over WebSocket with the module path and timestamp. Browser swaps the module, no bundle rebuild. 10 to 20 milliseconds. The WebSocket payload, type update, path to the changed module, timestamp. The browser receives this, fetches the new module at that path, and replaces it. No page reload, no full bundle. The numbers. Webpack, 28 seconds, cold start, 1600 milliseconds HMR. Vite, 287 milliseconds cold, 10 milliseconds HMR. That's 97 times faster cold start, 160 times faster HMR. That's the unbundled dividend. So Vite wins dev, but dev and production are two different systems, and that gap is where the trade-offs hide. Vite dev, Unbundled native ESM. Esbuild pre-bundles dependencies, transforms on demand. Vite production. Rollup bundles everything. Static analysis, code splitting, and tree shaking. Different code paths, different bugs. Failure modes. A circular dependency works in dev, browser loads, modules incrementally. Breaks in production when Rollup static analysis fails. Dynamic imports with template literals work in dev, fail in Rollup. CSS extraction differs. You discover these in staging, not locally. Now you run Vite build watch alongside Vite dev. The production build catches what dev missed, but that doubles your resource usage and negates some of the speed win. This is the parity tax. Why Rollup for production? Tree shaking, code splitting, asset hashing, and chunk optimization are mature. esbuild is 10 to 100 times faster, but doesn't yet match Rollup's optimization depth. So Vite uses esbuild in dev, Rollup in production. You control production chunking via Rollup options. Manual chunks, vendor gets React and React DOM. UI gets material UI. This splits your bundle so users only download what the root needs. Now, the production elephant, module federation. Webpack 5 ships it native, runtime code sharing between independent apps. Load a remote component at runtime, share a singleton dependency, ship micro-frontends. It's the standard. The architecture. A host app loads a remote entry.js file from another app at runtime. The remote exposes components, the host consumes them. They share dependencies like React as singletons, one copy in memory, no duplication. Webpack module federation config. The remote entry defines a module map. /button imports the actual button component file. The host loads this at runtime. The browser fetches the component on demand. Vite has no native module federation. Community plugins exist. OriginJs /Vite plugin federation, module federation /Vite. But they ship their own runtime, use ESM federation instead of Webpack's approach. The moment you assume the two behave identically, things break. And they have sharp edges in production. CSS from remotes doesn't always inline. Version drift between host and remote runtimes breaks at deploy time. Non-root deployments need manual path fixes. React renders twice because 2 copies slipped into the bundle. The dev constraint. Vite module federation plugins require the remote side to run Vite build even in dev. No live reload. Webpack serves both host and remote live. You lose the dev speed the moment you federate. Quote, for production applications, Webpack 5 remains the safest choice. End quote. If you're shipping micro-frontends at scale, Vite gives you dev speed and you debug module federation issues Webpack solved in 2020. The HTTP 1.1 trap. Vite's unbundled dev generates hundreds of HTTP requests. That's fine on HTTP 2 with multiplexing, but deploy behind an HTTP 1.1 reverse proxy or a corporate network with connection limits, and the architecture collapses. Your 287 millisecond cold start becomes 15 seconds as the browser queues 600 sequential requests. HTTP 2 is mandatory for Vite dev. Miss it, and the whole value proposition vanishes. The esbuild advantage. Babel and TypeScript compiler. Baseline. esbuild. Written in Go, 10 to 100 times faster. That's why pre-bundling is instant. But esbuild doesn't support every Babel plugin. Decorators, some TypeScript emit features, custom macros. If your codebase relies on legacy Babel plugins, you can't drop Webpack. You either refactor away the plugin or stay put. The esbuild command line that makes it work. Esbuild takes the node, Chash modules, React entry, bundles it, outputs ESM format to the .vite deps folder. One command, milliseconds. This runs once at server start unless your dependencies change. The timeline, Babel started in 2014, the JavaScript transform standard. Vite 1.0 and Webpack 5, module federation both in 2020. Vite 4 in December 2022, with esbuild and Rollup 3. And Vite 8 in 2026 shipped Rolldown, a Rust bundler that replaced both esbuild and Rollup, cutting production builds 10 to 30 times. Linear's build went from 46 seconds to 6. Quick recap, Vite wins dev, unbundled ESM, 97 times faster cold starts, 160 times faster HMR. The cost. Dev and prod use different bundlers. Module federation is plugin only with production gaps, and HTTP 2 is mandatory. If you ship micro-frontends, Webpack 5 is still safer. So here's the honest answer. If you're building a component library or a single-page app and you want dev speed today, Vite is the obvious pick. If you're shipping micro-frontends in production and module federation is non-negotiable, Webpack 5 is still the safe bet. And if you're stuck on an HTTP 1.1 network, Vite's unbundled architecture won't save you. It'll bury you in sequential requests. Know your infrastructure before you migrate. That's the mechanism. If this saved you a debugging session, the like button is right there. Just don't refresh, you'll lose your HMR state.